Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyasha Mkapiko. Thank you for subscribing and also clicking the notification button so that you won't miss any video. So I encourage you to continue subscribing so that you receive a notification each time I record a new video. And today I'm going to talk about how you can apply for a residence permit to study in Sweden or to apply for a student permit or a visa or a Schengen visa. It all depends with the different names. And I would want also to say congratulations to all the students who were awarded the Swedish Institute for Global Professionals Scholarship. So I'm going to share this short video on the procedure of how you can apply for the residence permit online as you prepare to relocate to Sweden starting this fall for your master's studies. And also, this information is also very helpful, not only to scholarship holders under the SI, but also to students who are uh, paying their own school fees who are coming here to study in Sweden. So to do that, I'm going to share my screen with you so that I can share more information on the step by step of how you can apply for the residence permitting. So here you go, you type the migration, Swedish Migration Agency, and the website has already popped up. So I'll simply click here. Then once I've clicked here, I'll also click the link to the website of the Swedish Migration Agency. And once you've clicked the link of the website, it will direct you to the dashboard of the Swedish Migration Agency website. And for you, because you are new students and you are still applying for the visa for the first time, you have to click here where it says you want to apply, because the next option is for students who are already in Sweden and who are already pursuing their studies, who would want to maybe extend their permits. And also this other option is for students, people who are waiting for their decisions, the same as the other three options below. But for you, you need to go with the first option. So I'll click here. And once you have clicked here, it will show you the following information. You want to apply for permission to be in Sweden or get more information about how it works. So, citizens of the EU, EEA, or Nordic countries, um, I'm going to ignore that because I'm specifically focusing on international students who are coming outside of the EU countries. So you scroll down and here where it is written start, you want to apply for a residence permit to study in Sweden or as an accompanying family member of someone who is studying in Sweden. So you simply click here. And once you have clicked here, it will direct you to this dashboard where it says you want to apply for a residence permit to study in Sweden or as an accompanying family member or someone who is studying. So you see this option, undergraduate or advanced level studies. So you click under this option for undergrad and also advanced studies. And it will direct you to this dashboard where you find more information about the information that you need to apply for the residence permit. If you don't want to read, there's also an option here where you can listen for the audio, which is going to take you through the process of what the requirements needed for you to apply for the residence permit. So under this option, under this undergrad or advanced level studies, you see the three headlines below, which shows important to know. This is how it works. Apply. Um, I think before you can click apply, you need to go through all the information that is written in below in terms of the requirements of obtaining a residence permit. If you just click here, it will give you the option that you need before you can start the application process. And for you to apply for the residence permit, you must have a valid passport. You must be accepted to a full-time studies, which can be a master's program or an undergraduate program. You must be finally accepted to a full-time studies. You can get a residence permit for studies with distance learning as a form of study for studies at a university and college, 30 credits per semester, considered full-time studies for studies at other educational institutions such as studies at a folk high school. The studies need to include planned study work or at least 20 teaching hours. Then you must have paid any tuition fees before you apply. And as a SI scholar, you don't need to pay any fees. So you are going to use your scholarship offer when they ask you for a proof of payment that you have paid your school fees. Then you must have or have applied for a comprehensive health insurance again for SI scholarship holders. You also don't need a comprehensive health insurance because you are already covered. Your SI scholarship covers insurance, including health insurance, including property insurance, including even life insurance. So everything is covered. You must have applied for a comprehensive health insurance. So we've talked about this. You must be able to support yourself. If you are a paying student, then you also need to show that you have enough money in your bank account, which is enough to support your living allowances, rentals, when you are in Sweden. And so this is the information that you need beforehand before you can start applying for the residence permitting. Then this is what you need, what you should prepare for your application. If you click here, then translate documents, or documents should be in Swedish or English. If you have translated your documents, the translation should be authorized. You should also send a copy of the document in the original language. So if you select your country here, for example, I'll select Zimbabwe, which is the country where I am originally from, which is, I think, on the bottom of the, and it will, once you have selected your country, it will also give you a link to the embassy of the nearest Swedish embassy in your home country. So it all depends. I know other countries doesn't have a Swedish embassy in their countries, so they will need to travel to their neighboring countries for them to for biometrics once their visa has been granted. So they will need to travel to the a neighboring country for biometrics, that is for fingerprints and also for pictures. Yeah, you should attach copies of these documents to your application, and these are the following documents that you need: correct copies of your passport, which is the biometric page of your passport. Then you also need your admission letter from the higher education institution. And this admission letter, you simply log into your university admission account, and under your university admission account, you'll be able to download the results, notification of results in PDF form, which you upload on the migration agency website. Then documents showing that you have applied for a comprehensive insurance. We've talked about this. Then documents showing that you meet the support requirements. If you are not on scholarship, you will need a document, maybe a bank statement showing that you have enough money to support yourself once you have arrived in Sweden. And if you are under SI scholarship, you just need to submit a scholarship as listed here. If you have a sponsor, you then need to also supply the information that is equivalent to having a sponsor. Income from employment, start grants, etc. Then documents to attach if your family is applying with you, correct copies of each family member's passport. I know some of you will be coming with your family members or your spouses, so you also need the following information if you are applying for your family members. Documents showing that the family member livelihood is arranged, documents showing your relationship to the family member. If you are married, then they will need a marriage certificate to show that you are married. What does the requirement for support? I don't think this information is necessary. So once you have do a checklist of all the required documents, you can then proceed to the apply section. Okay. And once you have clicked here where it says apply, it will ask you and again, if you prepared all the documents. And yes, you have now prepared all the documents. So what you simply need to do is to scroll down and read the following information requirements for applying in the e-service. You need to be over 18 years old, have a valid email address, be able to pay the application fee with a Visa or MasterCard, be able to scan a photograph, the documents you are going to attach. So if you are an SI scholarship holder, you don't need to pay any fee in terms of application fee for the residence permit or the visa. So you are already covered. So once you have read all this information, you will now go to click here to the e-service platform. Then you simply click here. Okay, and it will take you to this dashboard. Because you are still outside of Sweden, you currently don't have a mobile bank ID or a bank ID, so you have to use a username or a password. So you click here under username and password. But because I'm currently in Sweden, I have a mobile bank ID. I will simply click here. Then it will take me to this option, and I'm going to scan the QR code for my I'm going to scan this QR code using my bank ID. Just a moment here, there, and I'll enter my password, and once I've entered my password, it will take me to this dashboard. And because I already have a visa and I already have a residence permit, um, um, you can simply go through this process. So it will take you through. If it's a first permit, then you click here, because for you it will be first permit and not an extension. Then you click next, and then you add your full name. Your full name here, you type your full name. Nyasha. Then your full name with your surname. If you have a middle name, you add it. Then I can just simply put my name and then my middle name here. And then you simply select if you are female or male. Then I'm selecting male. Then you put your date of birth here. Then I'll just simply do this and say 1997, which is not my date of birth, but then place of birth, then you say, okay, yeah, then where you were born, just simply type where you were born, then country of birth, and Zimbabwe, which is last here, then citizenship is also Zimbabwe again. Then other citizenship, I don't have any other citizenship, so I'm going to leave it blank. But if you have any other citizenship, simply select it. Then the Swedish personal identity number. So here where it says the Swedish personal number, you will use your coordination number, which is you will receive through your, I think, your university. It will send you, I think, a Swedish coordination number. Then you can simply type it here. Then marital status, if you are married, if you are single, you can simply select, I will select married, then here, coordination number. I'll just type in, then say next. Yeah, um, it blocked me from going to the next step because the Swedish number isn't correct. So once you have managed to go to the second stage, then you go through a process whereby you'll be asked to upload your scholarship um, to support that you are on scholarship. If you are a fee-paying student, then you need to apply the bank accounts. Then you also need to to upload your notification of selection of results. Then you also have to answer different questions like, are you going to be receiving free food? Which you will simply say no, because you are going to be paying for your own food. Are you going to be receiving in free accommodation? Which you will say no, because you are going to be paying your own rental. And once you have uploaded everything, and then once you have ticked all the boxes, then it's time to submit your application. So I've stopped sharing my screen because this is all the information that I just wanted to share with you. I hope this information has been very helpful, and don't forget to leave comments if you have any questions, and I will be able to respond to all your questions. And if this video has been helpful to you, also don't forget to leave any comment to say Thank you for this video. It has been helpful so that I can record more videos about the life in Sweden, what you need to expect, and also information around housing and other stuff. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in Sweden this fall as you start your master's studies. Bye bye.